The man put his hand on the girl's shoulder and slowly pulled her clothes off. Surprisingly, the girl stayed totally calm, but the man was beyond excited. Her name was Annie. She came from a dirt poor family. Her father passed away young from a serious illness. Her oldest brother got hooked on drugs and couldn't break free. Her younger brother was crushed by fate and grew up weak and useless. The whole family depended on their mother's tiny paycheck just to get by. One day Annie took a ferry to her boarding school like usual. Bored, she enjoyed the view on the deck, completely unaware that her attractive silhouette had caught a man's attention. The man walked slowly toward Annie. When he saw her stunning face, he got flustered and nervous. Finally he gathered his courage, pulled out a cigarette from his pocket, and started a conversation with Annie. His hands shaking, but Annie turned him down. But the man didn't give up. He took a deep drag of his cigarette and tried again. At first Annie wanted nothing to do with him, but when she saw his expensive car, her attitude did a complete 180. She asked him his name. When Annie spoke to him first, the man was over the moon and started talking about his background. He was a wealthy second-generation Chinese immigrant who had just come back from studying in France. When he found out Annie was taking the ferry to her boarding school in the city, he offered to drive her there. Annie had always dreamed of high society, so she didn't say no. Soon the car was driving down a muddy road. Inside the car Annie pretended to be reserved, her eyes fixed on the outside. She had already figured out what the man wanted, so when he asked her age, she deliberately made herself sound older. When they drove over a bumpy stretch, she purposely placed her hand on the middle seat. The man got the hint right away and gently took Annie's hand. Time seemed to stand still in that moment. All they could hear was each other's heartbeat.